Hello and welcome back to Let's Play The Witcher 2 Blind. I'm Circle Master, and we're still telling our story.
Nearly reversed the course of the battle. The fighting should have scared it off. Forget the dragon. I need to hear how this story ends.
Actually, I can go back and tell you the
I
beginning.
was not eager to go into battle, but Foltest is not someone you refuse.
And I'm not sure what's going to happen as a result of this particular scene. Either this will be up, and I won't have to censor anything, or you'll see the censored version eventually. But hey, I'm not going to repeat commentary just to get rid of, well, Triss. Nicely framed in your arm there. Yeah, Sony Vegas is not the best program for censorship of this kind. So it will either be non-existent or really awkward and clumsy. Time will tell.
Witcher, are you up?
Speaking of awkward and clumsy,
His Majesty, King of Temeria, Pontar, Mahakam, and Sodden, Senior Protector of Bruges, summons Master Geralt to appear before him.
Tell him I'll be there shortly.
Sorry to intrude like this, milady, but the king...
We heard you.
A pleasant day to you, milady. Witcher.
I don't think we needed to linger on it that long to get across that this random nameless person is a creep.
Could have been such a beautiful morning.
A war can never be stupid when waged by your king.
They've cleared the forests, they're pillaging nearby villages, and they'll soon be murdering each other en masse. Why? Because Foltest's having a spat with the mother of his bastard twins. This is a really stupid war, Triss.
Bastards or not, the children are still royal blood. The Lavalettes are an old Temerian dynasty, and the mix is sufficient basis to vie for the crown. History has known stranger contenders.
Which doesn't change the fact that
I know. Foltest and the other northern monarchs are neither the smartest nor the most refined, but they're kings, one of whom we serve.
And I'll see Foltest is summoned, protect him if need be. But once the castle falls, we leave.
Did you dream of the Wild Hunt again?
Is that the opening of Witcher 1, or was that something else that I haven't actually seen?
I get the feeling that dream's important. Running frantically through the forest. The Wild Hunt. They're the last things I remember. I wake up and try to relive the dream and the memory, hoping I'll find some guidance. Some clue to grab onto. Something that'll help me recover my memory.
Dreams can be very powerful. Some people claim they can even shape reality.
People claim a lot of things. The problem is, it's often nonsense.
We'll know in time. I'm sure of it.
The unlucky assassin? How did the autopsy go?
It was a nightmare. In the months since you killed him, the king's medics poked around in his corpse like a bunch of amateurs. What arrived in that cart? Well, I wouldn't even call it a corpse.
Foltest has some trust issues. Did you learn anything?
His pupil suggested he could probably see in the dark as well as you. I couldn't put an age on him.
The killer snuck past all the guards and nearly killed Foltest and me a month ago. And now you tell me he was a witcher?
Possibly. I'm just saying what the autopsy showed. I haven't told anyone, nor do I plan to. I know what it could do to you if it got out. You might be a savior, a king's witcher now, but masters can be as fickle as the cults they ride.
One of the scouts swears he saw a dragon down by the river. Claims he ran into a Scoia'tael unit. That would have been it if the dragon hadn't swooped down. The elves apparently bowed in prayer and he escaped.
A dragon in the midst of civilization? Please. Besides, does it matter? Witchers don't hunt dragons. Or has something changed?
Nothing's changed. And And you're right. It's probably not a dragon, although it could be a forktail or a slizzard. Maybe even an overgrown wyvern.
The scout ran into some elves and scurried away. That's how that story begins and ends.
All right. Time to look to the lustful king and his stupid war.
I'll join you later.
Is it just me, or does Triss sound really different?
I'll join you later.
I don't know if it's the fact... Yeah, I don't know if it's the fact that it's 5 years later that this game came out, or just a different voice actor. But it's a very subdued take, I guess you might say. It reminds me of how she sounded in the epilogue of the last game, which is not something I like to be reminded about.
Witcher, sir, I have a question for you.
Never
Your
had pleasure
presence
in me
insults
life.
the gods.
Also, I thought one of these people asked about a thing, but then
I hate
I click on the wrong one, I don't see it, and off I go. So
Shit themselves on the wall.
I'm sure that's at least 10 XP that I missed out on for not talking to whoever that is.
Those trebuchets are fucking pounding them.
And honestly, at this point, I kind of don't like
Ken that Bados won't live to see morning.
the looting system now. Somebody commented on the last video that I was missing loot.
He'll bounce back, you'll see, and kill
And-
any Lavalette.
Everything being a contextual mouse click now means that harvesting plants and looting containers is even more awkward than it was before. Because, I mean, you click on it, you still get the
All part of them. Quick
the pop-up, and you have a take-all button, but you had a take-all button in Witcher 1.
That's all you like.
And you also had
Slipping on that shite.
control clicks
Trebuchets are fucking pounding
to
them.
bypass that and just loot everything you can.
Your compass.
So it's not really any faster, but the way the contextual mouse clicks work make it more difficult to execute. Like,
This is the army, not the barnyard. On the double. Move it.
also now I don't know where to go. But anyway, I don't like the system that they have now. It's probably going to bother me for the entire game, but I just have to hope that that's a minor quibble compared to a bunch of other improvements.
Can I interest you in a worthy cause? I could use your support.
What's the cause?
Veterans Fund for former fighting men of need.
Found anyone gullible enough to fall for that?
There's nothing to fall for. It's just some arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling.
Yeah, why? You put down some coin and we wrestle. Win and the pot is yours. Lose and, well, the coin goes to the fund. Care to test your strength?
Let's see, I can bid 1 or 2. I guess it doesn't super matter.
There's no time to waste.
Now, this is something that I wish I had any context for at all. Because there goes the meter, and there goes my indicator, and ne'er the twain shall meet again. So, what was I supposed to do? Use a gamepad is the answer to that. I was supposed to use a gamepad.
Care to
We're gonna
test
try
your
this again. This time I tried just using the mouse. And boy, is that laggy and inaccurate and awkward as anything. This was clearly designed for a gamepad. Mouse and keyboard is a mistake. I'm actually going to, probably, if I remember, start a separate file and redo the tutorial with the gamepad to see what the gamepad controls are like. I might actually switch to a gamepad for this, because of stuff like this that is just infuriating
The fun
on a mouse and
grows.
keyboard.
The veterans will be grateful.
The gods punish those who shed for truth.
Any advice from a veteran?
An assault!
Unfortunately, nobody else has anything to help me with at this point. But I do find, eventually,
Greetings.
this.
Played dice poker in a while.
Oh, it's like walking. You don't forget how to do it unless you're drunk. Roll a few rounds with me.
Guess what? Dice poker's worse now. It's the same, but worse. So not only are the dice harder to read because of the stylistic choice of taking off pips and putting on runes, but it's also one and done. Not best 2 out of 3, but the opponent still goes first.
I believe my luck's with me today.
So it's even more heavily stacked against you. That's just great, isn't it? So I will never play dice poker again unless I'm absolutely required to. Which I'm sure I will be.
Out of him.
Eventually. Hopefully not anytime soon.
No passage.
No mercy. There's no time to waste.
A beautiful day for battle. Fear not, Excellency. We're out of range of their arbalists.
I am no warrior, sire. I must admit, I prefer to just...
Why is this in-engine? Why is this not a cutscene? There we go.
Finally! Traitors of the realm boil tar on the walls while you dally with the royal advisor.
How may I assist you, sire?
We mount an assault today, and you'll be at my side. Follow me, gentlemen. Let's not keep the traitors waiting.
Sire, you said we were out of range.
That was a ballista, Excellency. Its arms strengthened with bronze plates and strung with horsehair. It can propel heavy bolts up to a mile away. A deadly and very costly weapon. An experienced crew can cock and release 2 bolts each minute. Yet it has one flaw.
Your Grace, please take cover.
The recoil of the arms is so strong upon firing that the weapon shifts. It simply cannot hit the same spot twice.
I had no idea Your Grace was a learned military engineer.
I'm not. I gave the Baroness those ballistae 2 years ago for her birthday.
Sire.
What say you, Excellency, of men who live in spiral silence?
And what say you, Your Grace, of soldiers who inflict them?
Those who did this live no more.
Master Geralt, I wish to converse with you once the storm of battle has subsided.
Forgive me, Excellency, but I plan to leave the royal court as soon as possible.
Might I know why?
Too often they take me for someone I'm not.
What do they call you, soldier? Wait. You served with me at Brenner during our foray into the Pontar Valley. Norman Sadel. Still an arbalist?
Yes, sir. Fight has not been kind.
Ha! Norman Sador, for your years of faithful service to the crown, I appoint you Decurion of the Arbalists. Onwards, gentlemen. No reason to dawdle.
So I have no idea how much of that was supposed to be a put-on, and how much of it was genuine affection.
Majesty, but I must ask, what fate awaits the royal bastards when...
They're my children. If I hear bastard one more time, someone will die. Painfully.
Your Grace, forgive me. But the laws of succession are irrefutably clear.
Piss on the laws. I'll change them if need be. Above all, I'll not allow a band of treacherous barons to use my children as their banner.
Your Majesty is entirely within his rights.
Ada is dead, and I have no other children.
I see.
This conversation is over, Excellency. Please retire to your tent.
So we've got the obvious conspiratorial
My
faction.
camp before a battle. What has the world come to? Nothing would make me happier than returning his shriveled head to Emir in a sack. But Triss Merigold insisted I be patient and courteous. Was I?
Couldn't have handled that myself.
I always knew you were one of us. And bugger what folks say. They talked about Ada no end. Have you learned anything about the assassin?
Triss did an autopsy. It's possible he was a witcher.
A witcher? What have I ever done to the ploughing witchers? Anything more?
He had no medallion, but that doesn't mean anything.
Many in your shoes would have withheld that information. After the battle, Triss will report to me. For now, let us tend to the traitors. Where are you aiming, imbeciles? Soldier! Spyglass!
It sure is a long cutscene.
What is going on up there? The gods count at you, Valley! Catch, Witcher. Aim for the rogue with the red plume. Not 6 months ago, he swore eternal friendship to me. Quickly! How much higher?
Oh, I'm supposed to actually aim this.
3 degrees.
Did we hit the bastard?
He ducked.
Damn it! We'll get him on the walls. Follow me, Witcher!
Is that actually something that I can hit if I clicked on it more accurately? I don't know. I'm sure it doesn't change anything. Oh great, we come out of the cutscene and into the in-engine portion of the cutscene.
All she need do is to kneel before her king.
Very noble of you.
Are you mocking me? Never mind. I'm certain Louisa will realize her mistakes. Besides, children should have a mother.
I'm lost.
It's quite simple.
At your service.
Louisa and I had a bit of a tiff. She made demands I could not fulfill. Understand?
I think so.
Count Etcheverry and others immediately intervened, all noble, all sympathetic. They claimed the evil king would take her children. They would protect them, even place them on the throne. And the Baroness was duped. Her motherly love used. In truth, they desire privileges that would weaken the throne.
Taking orders, smash your foe. Going and country there, your wife. And a long road at your toe.
Not as good as the Caesarean Triumph song, but I'll take it.
Look alive, men!
Hail to the king!
Where the hell are we headed? What the fuck do we want?
Victory!
This I like!
Why is there a battering ram at the highest level of the siege tower? Shouldn't that be at the lowest? To, like, actually batter in the door.
Eyes on the bridge! We're nearly there! Weapons at the ready!
Oh, I guess that's it.
That tower
Or I
was
guess
ridiculous.
then we did the thing that I did
Designed to
last
break the
episode.
rebels' morale. A bunch of lords and lordlings took a ride to then pompously stride on top of the walls, while the real army fought and died below them in the shit and piss-filled streets.
If years of service have taught me anything, it's that the Highborn don the best costumes and get the best vantage points, whether at a ball or in battle. But it's not the time for that kind of jousting, Witcher. Continue your story.
Well, only one option left now.
You were at my side almost all the time after the bridge collapsed.
Almost. Tell me how you got into the monastery courtyard.
So this would be after the dragon scene. Yes. I'm sorry I didn't do these in order, but I'm not redoing it.
Ha! And they said we couldn't get near the walls. Half a day and the town is taken.
Report! Fighting for the castle continues, and a group of rebels have barricaded themselves inside the monastery.
What of my children?
Likely in the church as well, sire. Fen took a priest to task, finally mumbled something about a passage neath the walls.
It would take a week to get a battering ram in here.
Axes, sire.
That will also take time. But what other course do we have? This priest. What of him? What of this passage?
I fainted before I could really get going on him. He's under guard below.
You've some work to do, Commander.
Yes, sire. Silas, you look to this door. Fen, come with me.
Witcher.
Your Grace.
I've a mission for you, one suited to your abilities. Vernon can be persuasive, but he's also hot-tempered, at times losing both his self-control and his subject. You must try to find this other passage on your own. Succeed, and you'll be the envy of all Vizima.
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'll go.
I'm relying on you, Witcher.
Where are those axes? Move your asses!
Alright. Now I get to actually roam around and figure out what the heck is going on. And pray that I don't miss any contextual prompts to do things, because I didn't stand at exactly the right distance. No, can't walk on that. I guess it's just gonna be somewhere in the town, so let's wander through the town. I do have a green mark to go toward.
God help us!
And a side quest to do, I guess. So let's see if we can actually track the side quest. There we go. Except it didn't give me an arrow? Or no. I don't know what the arrow is.
Unarmed.
This is not your concern. Get lost.
You'd better go. The dragon's about to burn down this town lock, stock, and barrel.
It's awfully caring of yous, but all right, we'll leave. Plenty more booty lying around. Let's go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Be careful. You may not be so lucky next time. Find a place to hide.
I must find my wife first. They herded her away with others like cattle.
Good luck.
You can't really charge somebody for saving them after you saved them. That's the kind of thing that you ought to do in advance. But like well in advance. You know what I mean?
You've no business here!
Leave them alone. They're innocent.
Innocent? They're with the lavalettes. Weeds that need to be ripped out with their roots so they won't grow back again. Treason spreads like the plague. No one will leave here alive. And you, stay out of this.
I won't stand by while you murder innocents.
So, what'll you do?
Kill you.
Playground push you.
I was not after your blood. I have witnesses.
It's not like the peasants have a choice to leave after something like this happens. They live in a place and have no control over what else happens in the place.
Let the people out and walk away.
Unblock the door!
I'll report this.
Yeah, you do that.
Burn anything or touch a single woman, you sons of bitches, and the king will hear of it.
You'd think that people would recognize Geralt more readily now, given the fact that he's apparently spent a month as the king's personal witcher or whatever. You know? It's not like he is indistinct on his own. Right. Oh, the next door is the one I wanted.
Leave us be!
You're free.
Thank you, my lord.
Find a place to hide until this madness ends.
But where?
Exactly. Where the heck are they supposed to go?
What shall we do now?
Oh, but that was it. I did a side quest. Yay. That'll do it for now. Until next time, take care.